Are you sure I can't persuade you to back my expedition to Monkey Island?
Let's pretend I was really considering this. What sort of pirate qualifications have you got, exactly?
I completed the 3 trials.
Trials?
It's how they used to make their bones in the old days.
Well, I was a director of combat operations for the British Navy, and I've written 2 books on ship-to-ship tactics.
I'm a founding member and co-director of the Red Fleet and hold records for civilian casualties from San Domingo to Venezuela.
I'm an expert in 17 forms of hand-to-hand combat, 3 of which I invented. I served with Bellamy, Teach, and Roberts before they each met an untimely end that I might have had nothing to do with.
Just so you know, this is the kind of resume we expect.
Oh.
Oh.
Nice and hot. Wonder how long I could stand here before bursting into flames.
Okay, werde ich jetzt allerdings nicht testen.
Guybrush Threepwood, as I live and breathe, how have you been?
Fine.
How's Elaine? She was always my favorite governor. Also, she covered your tab when you stopped coming in.
She's good. No pieces missing.
Kids yet?
Whoa, easy there, Tiger. I'm still in my juvenile phase myself. That's what Elaine says anyway.
Well, tell her I say hello.
Do you know where I can buy a mop?
Buy? You don't want to buy a mop.
I think I do.
The mop is the formal tool of a cook. Not as clumsy or random as a dish rag. An elegant tool for a more civilized cleaning. You cannot hope to succeed with the mop of another.
I can't?
You must construct your own. A single, perfect instrument that you will keep and use for a lifetime.
Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Once you build it, the mop will become your constant companion, your tool, and a ready means of defense against spills of all kinds.
Build it?
The wood is the heart of the handle. The heart is the handle of the cook. You are one.
Not helpful so far.
You must find a particular tree, a tree uniquely suited to the handles of mops. Carve your handle from a limb of that tree. Any questions?
How do I find the mop handle tree?
I can't tell you exactly where it is, because this is your own personal journey.
What kind of wood is the tree?
That is something you must discover for yourself.
Ja, nee, wir machen da so eine richtige Reise raus wieder.
What about the head of the mop?
Oh, you have to have one, of course, but pretty much anything will do. It's mostly about the handle.
Okay, I guess I'll do it. What's wrong?
You gave the story the wrong title. It should be called Mop Quest. When do we get to the piratey parts?
Well, even the coolest professions involve more mopping up than you would think. It seemed crazy to me at the time, too. But don't forget, it was all so I could board a ship, take command, and sail to Monkey Island. But first, I had to make a mop.
Beeindruckendes Zertifikat des Gesundheitsamtes.
It's amazing what you can achieve if you put your mind to it. Then you have a packet of stick-on stars.
Ganz viele Lebensmittel, ey. Ich feier das so.
The food is more exciting when you can smell the risk. Well, it's definitely a mop. Looks like a mugshot.
Stay away from that picture.
Hier das Bild
Stay
stehen.
away from that picture.
Sich heimlich mit dem Mob davon machen.
Stay away from my mop.
Active little guys, aren't they?
Liebe kleine Kerle, ne? Du solltest die Maden nicht verschwenden.
It's like a miniature dance party. At least they look healthy. It's like a miniature dance party. Active little guys, aren't they?
Riech mich.
I remember that stench as if it were yesterday. Pleasantly scorching hot.
Angenehm glühend heiß, genau.
The plaque says, in memory of looming seagulls of old. The plaque says, in memory of looming seagulls of old. I think someone tried to secure a boat with this. The plaque says, in memory of looming seagulls of old. It's hopeless. It's good for relieving stress. It's soft and extra fuzzy. It makes things look bigger. It makes things look bigger.
Ist klar, wird immer mehr hier irgendwie, ne? Einen Mob besorgen, ne? Beziehungsweise einen Mob herstellen, den Mob-Stil-Baum finden. Alles klar. Der ist also auch hier nach Priorität so ein bisschen sortiert, kann das sein? Wenn man auch weiß, wo man... Okay, wir haben ja auch dieses Hilfebuch, ne? Ah. Schön. Was befindet sich neben einer Sackgasse auf Terror Island? Weiß es nicht.
Re-elect Governor Carla. Re-elect Governor Carla. I could stare at this forever, but that wouldn't be much fun for you. Hi again. Oh, those new pirate leaders are real jerks. They laughed at me, and they won't fund my expedition. Why didn't you warn me?
Would you have listened?
Of course. Okay, no, probably not. Hi there, little guy.
Das Museum, der ist nämlich auch Essen gewesen.
Hi there. Welcome to the Mêlée Island Museum of Pirate Lore. I'm Conrad, the curator and docent here. The museum showcases the largest collection of pirate memorabilia in the Caribbean. Or on Mêlée Island at the very least. The provenance of each item has been very carefully researched and fact-checked by myself and my team. Feel free to explore, and if you have any questions, just ask.
What's this melted lump of metal?
It used to be a mug. It was melted by some kind of acid. It was found in the Mêlée jail many years ago, after an incident where like 20 pirates escaped.
Hey, I did that. I had to keep pouring the grog from mug to mug because it was melting them. I had an armload of mugs and I juggled them all the way from the scum bar to the jail. Also, I could get Otis to join my crew. Not my greatest decision in retrospect.
That's a pretty wild story.
You don't believe me?
It's not a question of belief.
Never mind. It's not important. That map looks familiar.
That's 1/4 of the original map to the treasure of Big Whoop. I got it from the cartographer on Low Street. Apparently, he was somehow involved in the search for Big Whoop.
About all Wally managed to do was get kidnapped by LeChuck's henchmen.
That's not the way he tells it.
I'm just trying to help.
Thanks. I've got it under control.
What can you tell me about this eye patch?
That's the pride of the collection. It belonged to Captain Jon Laney, the pirate of 1,000 faces. Supposedly, it had voodoo powers that would disguise him. I tried it on though, and nothing happened.
There's some very tiny writing on it. Eye patch worn by Captain Jon Laney, the pirate of 1,000 faces.
Will Polly einen Cracker? Ach, ein Wachpapagei, okay.
Tell me about this hunk of wood.
That's an original plank from the Golden Hind, autographed by Francis Drake himself.
Is this a left hook or a right hook?
That once belonged to the dread pirate Meat Hook. Supposedly he was ambidextrous. Also, he used to live right here, on Mêlée.
That's a nice coffin.
The one with the oar. Yeah, the coffin had a lot of water damage when I got it from the voodoo lady in town. But I managed to restore it. It was used by a certain well-known captain in a daring escape from a Turkish prison.
The water damage is actually from the swamp on Scab Island.
Unlikely. The prison in question is nowhere near Scab Island.
You should think about hiring a research assistant.
Oh, I did. Unpaid, of course. Intern.
Ja, ich erinnere mich an Monkey Island Wetter 2, ne? Hier mit der Voodoo-Tusse, da sind wir doch immer mit so einem Sarg hingepaddelt. Was dann irgendwie später auch bei Fluch der Karibik aufgetaucht ist.
Tell me again about the oar.
It was used by a certain well-known captain in a daring escape from a Turkish prison.
What's the significance of the peg leg?
That belonged to the infamous Peg Leg Patty. She used to hide a spare cutlass in it, in case of capture. Sadly, that's the reason she's no longer with us.
Ne, wobei Fluch der Karibik, der kommt da am Monkey Island nicht ursprünglich her?
Tell me again about the plank.
That's an original plank from the Golden Hind, autographed by Francis Drake himself.
Anstupsen.
What was this cinder you've got on the wall?
Oh, that. Yeah, that was an unsent love letter, written by Elaine Marley while she was governor of the island.
What? Elaine?
The recipient was referred to only as Plunder Bunny.
That's me!
It was a really touching letter. Unfortunately, I put the candle too close to it.
What did it say? Tell me what she said.
Oh, you know, love letter stuff. Honestly, I don't remember a word of it, but it was touching.
Thanks a lot. That is a really big parrot. Wonder how many hands it's eaten. What do you feed it?
Thieves, mostly.
Good to know.
Ich ahne, worauf das hinausläuft.
It's a working parrot. I shouldn't bother it. What's the story with the wanted poster?
That is the earliest known wanted poster for Captain Kate Capsize. You can tell how notorious she was by the huge number of crimes listed there. Very impressive. I got it from a collector on Fat Island.
Those are my own crimes, actually. I was pretty much public enemy #1 on Fat Island at the time. I stuck Kate's picture on there so she'd get thrown in jail.
That would never work. Nobody's that clueless in real life.
I'm telling you the truth.
I'm sure you are, but it just doesn't quite square with the official record. So it's hard to substantiate.
Substantiate? You've got an eyewitness.
Eyewitnesses are notoriously inaccurate. Human memory is plastic and suggestible.
Not yours, apparently.
No, of course not. I deal in facts.
How on earth do you have that note?
Oh yeah, that's very interesting. That was found tucked inside of a book at the Fat Island Library. It's the actual note left by the ghost pirate LeChuck when he kidnapped Governor Marley.
I know what it is. The lookout handed it to me just before I finished my 3 trials. I was crushed, but undaunted. I gathered a crew and I sailed to Monkey Island to save her. Not that she needed it, as it turned out.
Wow, man, you're really into this. I've got a role-playing group on Thursday nights.
This is absurd. It's like this whole wall is stuff from my personal adventures, but somehow I'm not even mentioned in your stories.
That's what's so great about this museum. Everyone makes their own connections with the exhibits, and it's highly personal. and different for everyone.
That's not what I'm trying to say at all.
That's okay. You don't need to say anything. Just listen to what the exhibits tell you.
Fine. It's locked. It's locked. It's locked. I'm Guybrush Threepwood.
No kidding? Wow! Are you named after Guybrush Threepwood?
I guess you could say that.
Nice.
I'm going to find the legendary secret of Monkey Island.
Oh, that's excellent! Super retro. If you need a place to display it, I know a convenient museum.
Your museum is quaint.
Thanks. It's been a personal passion of mine. I'm nuts about old-timey pirate stuff.
Old-timey?
Being around it really makes you feel like you're a part of something. Doesn't it?
I am part of something.
Exactly.
Are any of these things valuable?
The security parrot isn't just here to look piratey. Jon Laney's eye patch is irreplaceable. It's the highlight of the collection. Amazingly, I got it at a yard sale. They didn't know what they had.
Do you have maps of the forest here?
No, that's not really what we do. Try the map shop in town?
I see you wear a peg leg, despite having both of your original legs.
Just part of the docent's outfit, for the tourists. Kids always want to try it on.
That's charming and creepy at the same time.
This is a museum for people who think attacking ships and murdering the crew for profit sounds fun.
Touché. I'll have a look around.
Please do.
Tell me again about the eye patch.
It belonged to Captain Jon Laney, the pirate of 1,000 faces. Supposedly, it had voodoo powers that would disguise him.
This has gotten me out of a lot of scrapes over the years.
Irgendwie stehe ich gerade so ein bisschen am Schlauch.
The display case is locked.
Obwohl, warte mal, ich muss es mindestens mal probieren, ne? Lecker zäh.
I've got enough to last me. There's some very tiny writing on it. The display case is locked.
Warte mal, hier.
Well, the numbers are a little clearer, but still too tiny to read. If one monocle is good, two is better. This was a good idea. They magnify stuff even better since I stuck them together. Ah, crystal clear. I'll just write that down.
Ach ja. Ah ja, was? Ding, ding, ding. Ach, Moment.
Hey, Guybrush! Hey, kid!
Da haben wir doch gerade angefangen, ne?
I think there's some writing on it, but it's too tiny to read. I can read the serial number. I'll write it down so I don't forget.
Word of advice, kid. Stick to the narrow straights.
Hello, Mr. Brush.
Hello.
Hatte ich hier nicht schon mal eine gefunden? Alter. Also echt auch dicke Fragen bei, ja?
Hello again. Tell me again about how to have keys made. It's exciting.
You bring me the serial number from the lock. I make the key. It's pretty straightforward.
I think I'll browse around a bit.
Try not to touch anything.
Kann es wirklich so einfach sein?
Can you make me a key from this serial number?
Sure. This'll be for a high-end display case. You a collector?
Yeah. Stamps.
Okay.
Can you make me a key from this serial number?
Sure. Good choice on the lock. These are really sturdy. It's the same kind they use over at the jail.
Ooh, wow. What a coincidence. I had no idea.
Okay. Kann es wirklich so einfach
Hey, Guybrush! Hey, kid!
über den Schlüssel für die Kirche?
This is awesome. Now I can open one of the jail cells.
Jail is like a bad breakfast. Small, greasy, and hard to swallow.
Otis, the authorities have reconsidered your case and decided that you should go free.
I'm very grateful to the authorities and will not mention their name should any awkward questions be asked. Good luck, Stan. I hope you get acquitted.
Oh, it's in the bag, friend, but thanks.
Any writing that was once here has been rubbed away.
Ah, natürlich.
I'll stay on this side of the bars, just in case. I don't remember this place being so leaky. I don't remember this place being so leaky.
Ist klar.
Once you have a key, you've got to open the door.
Ja, macht Sinn, deswegen, Ach, Moment, andere Seite geht, glaube ich, schneller. Aber ich glaube, da habe ich schon mit 2 Fliegen mit einer Klappe doch gleich... Okay, ich habe noch Cracker, ich habe den Schlüssel für die Vitrine, läuft. Bisher ist alles richtig schön intuitiv, glaube ich zumindest.
The display case is locked.
Komm, machen wir uns einfach mal den Spaß.
Whoa! That's not supposed to be unlocked. I'd better fold this and put it in storage. Then I can figure out what's wrong with the lock. That's folded perfectly. That'll do, Parrot. I'm gonna have to ask you to leave the museum while I figure out what's going on with my display case lock.
War das ein Fehler?
Welcome back. Please try not to touch anything that seems like you're not supposed to touch it.
There's some very tiny writing on it.
Oh, okay.
What do you expect me to do, Elaine? Issue a proclamation?
Of course not, Carla. We'll need to generate public support. I'm working on that.
People around here don't like any kind of restrictions, even if it's for their own good.
But we can put a requirement on ships traveling to the north. There's already a customs check, so the infrastructure is all in place.
Well, it's a start. Scurvy's a big problem. Let's do all we can.
Agreed.
I've come a long way. Is there anything else on the agenda?
Coffee?
Coffee?
It's the Museum of Pirate Lore, but it says it's closed.
Oh.
The light's off. Looks like they're closed.
Ups. Ja. Habt ihr gesehen, das war ein Hirsch oder so was? Das ist klar. So, wo müssen wir denn jetzt hin? Wir haben eine Augenklappe. Ich wollte noch mal kurz was anderes gucken. Weil beim letzten Mal sind wir ja hier zwar drin gewesen, aber wir sind dann so wieder rausmanövriert worden.
The curtains are for sale too?
Everything goes. They'd make a great dress.
Green, half off. Blue, half off. Yellow, half off. Orange, aren't you glad you're here? It's an unusual safe with 5 keyholes.
Alas, the safe is not for sale. It has been placed with me for safekeeping.
I'd need a lot of keys to open that. How much for the safe?
It is not for sale at any price. As I said, it has been placed with me for safekeeping.
Okay, da muss ja auch irgendwas bedeuten, ne?
A crystal. Yeah, this isn't that kind of game. Everything's spilled out of it in a puddle. Not for me. Keep up the good work, buddy. It's a creepy shrunken head with long, stringy hair. I didn't know these were a voodoo thing.
They're not. But the tourists like them.
Too bad it's empty. An empty basket. I should have gotten here last month. Do you do gift wrapping?
We're out of wrapping paper, unless you'd like it wrapped in the skin of a lizard.
No thanks. This is a neat symbol. What does it mean?
That used to contain magical disguises. But alas, they have all gone.
That's okay. I got what I needed elsewhere. Pointy.
It is a non-magical ceremonial knife. Very sharp indeed.
Oh, I'd like this knife.
An excellent choice. I will need you to verbally agree to a release of liability.
Okay.
This product is not to be used in the commission of any crime, including vandalism, jailbreak, and theft of ancient priceless artifacts.
No problem.
Threatening, frightening, stabbing, shaving, or manicuring yourself or another person are likewise considered outside the scope of acceptable use.
Oh, okay, I guess.
The product is not balanced for throwing. Throwing the product violates these terms and will invalidate the warranty. Whittling, scrimshaw, mumbledy-peg, juggling, and any tricks involving stacking or balancing the product may cause serious injury and should not be attempted by unlicensed persons.
Uh-huh.
Use with breads, spreads, bedspreads, or thread may damage the product. If damaged, the product should not be used. Product is sharp and should not be carried in a pocket, coat, belt, hatband, handbag, shoulder holster, or sheath. At all times, keep the product away from children, pets, the aged or infirm, clowns, pirates, and adults. Where possible, it should be locked securely in a vault. The manufacturer accepts no responsibility for the consequences of any use or misuse of this product. By verbally assenting to these terms, purchaser hereby assumes all liability, past, present, and future, throughout this and all possible and impossible universes.
Oh, is this where I say yes?
Yes.
Yes. Is there anything I am allowed to do with it?
I am not able to answer that question, as it could create a liability issue.
Ja, wie mit dem Anker, ne?
What's this thing?
It's a forgiveness frog. When no apology will do, give the forgiveness frog. It's like a card, only much better because it's a frog.
I've never heard of that before. Are you sure it's real voodoo?
No comment. It works. Trust me.
I'll take this forgiveness frog.
It can help someone forgive even very old transgressions.
Ja, interessante Information, ne?
Your sign says you're going out of business. Or is this one of those not really going out of business sales?
There is a new dark magic on the rise in the Caribbean. It has many adherents, particularly among the young. There is little demand for my talents or my wares. Business is terrible, and there are other factors. Kapitän Madison desires this location. That it belongs to me will be of little help against her financial and political powers.
Whoa, back up. Dark magic, you said?
I did.
How does dark magic work?
Runes, chemicals, the power of secrets. I am no expert. It's too sterile for my tastes. I like things messy and theatrical.
Is dark magic powerful?
Powerful, yes, it can be. But dangerous. If the badger chews his own tail, soon there is no more badger.
You like that metaphor a lot, don't you?
It has many uses.
Can dark magic get me to Monkey Island?
No.
Nuts.
Verrückt.
Where can I get my hands on some dark magic?
Dark magic is not your path, Guybrush Threepwood.
Can you charge Jon Laney's eye patch up for me?
Ah, the famous eye patch disguise of Jon Laney. As I suspected, the magic has long since drained away. One moment. Come, spirits of deception and death, drink your rejuvenation and awaken.
Death?
It's nothing to worry about. Jon Laney, this hapless boy needs your help.
Hey.
Take pity on him and bring him the power to hide from his enemies.
Well, you don't have to put it like that. That's it?
Unless you want the extended service warranty.
No, thanks. I'm not a sucker. What do I owe you?
Maybe try it on first, before we discuss payment.
Well, how do I look? Ah! What the heck? I look like a zombie. Is it broken?
Jon Laney was especially known for impersonating monsters of various types.
You failed to mention that earlier.
It's not a strong part of the sales pitch.
I'll just wear it when I really need to. Ugh.
You're welcome.
Ja, war cool, oder?
I'll wait until I'm closer to LeChuck's ship. No need to scare the Mêlée townfolk. The voodoo lady said it was a forgiveness frog. It's my very own, very sharp, non-magical ceremonial knife.
Ja, die Tasche wird voller und voller.
Can you use your talents to tell me how Elaine is right now?
She is always close, no matter the distance.
Do your answers ever make sense?
There are no answers, only questions that are finished.
Are you able to see what LeChuck is up to?
Your goals and the goals of LeChuck are aligned, as always. But his intentions are darker. He would use the secret to do terrible things.
Dark-er? What's that supposed to mean?
LeChuck must not acquire the secret.
No argument there.
Ist das Jahr, in dem du mir endlich deinen Namen
Is this the
sagst?
year when you finally tell me your name? It's become almost a running gag between us. But it's awkward, like when your glass is empty but you keep trying to drink out of it over and over.
It is Corina.
Oh, okay. Karina. Nice. Somehow it was more exciting before I knew that.
That is true of many things.
Aber schön.
Will I succeed?
Achievement depends mostly on the definition of success.
Got any other mystical advice or information for me? Stock tips or something?
No.
Alles klar.